I think that is so important to acknowledge the difference between a leadership job to be done for a leadership practitioner. Because those leadership practitioners are paid to figure out how to build leadership development at every level, right? They're paid to measure the impact of what they're actually delivering. And these leadership practitioners know that things are changing. And if they don't change them, they're going to get stuck with these results that no one's happy about. But that leadership job to be done for the leadership practitioner is very different than the job to be done for business leaders inside of organizations. And we're starting to see, just in our client base, 4 broad jobs to be done that are emerging. And number 1, it is about building these cultures of innovation. Number 2, it is about shifting the performance curve of all people. It is about trying to figure out how we start to align the employee experience to the customer experience and to make both of them as rich as we want them to be. And the 4th one is something that you mentioned a little bit upstream, which was, how do we scale leadership development throughout our organization so that it reaches every single person that's paid to lead? And that number is big, just like Rob talked about, which is pushing 90 million people. That's the opportunity here. And those are the big ways to actually serve a leadership festival.
Yeah, and one other thing that didn't come up in previous, in previous comments here is that, when you think of the size of prize in terms of correcting the investment that's going to not doing those jobs, right? Where leadership development is not addressing those jobs, and all the statistics, Rob, you just mentioned, right? The whole kind of, more than 90% of folks not being happy with what they have, if you think about 90 million leaders and what's being currently spent on that population, and it's not being spent properly, and you redirect that adds up to $1.25 trillion in just the US alone.
Crazy.
It's nuts when you think about it, right? And this is money that is ripe to be redirected in the right way, because the idea is that 1.25 trillion today has no measurement when it comes to its impact on bottom line and top line metrics.
Yes.
And that's a huge opportunity, right? Anybody who's motivated with return on investment, kinds of mindset, if nothing else, I think we ought to be redirecting that investment.
Take that 1.25 trillion and invest it in modern leadership development, because modern leadership development has fixed the what problem.
Right.
It has fixed the who problem, and it has fixed the how problem.